some new details have come to light about Matt Weiss and just what he had access to and personally was able to download onto his computers. And it's rippling outside of Michigan. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching the #1 college football show, welcome. Thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If that is something you're into, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and let me know. Do you think that we are only beginning to learn just what Matt Weiss was able to do as a co-offensive coordinator at Michigan, and over the course of time when he was also employed by the Baltimore Ravens? But there have been some places that he was able to go digitally that we just did not think. Like the ways in which this thing spread are remarkable. And this is detailed in a feature by Dan Wetzel over at ESPN. Really good reporting, outstanding reporting. I encourage you to read the whole thing. But I'm going to give you some high points here that I think are really interesting and harrowing. So the first one is Weiss had an entry point that, according to the indictment, was allowing him to gain heightened access to data via what's called the Keffer Development Services, a third-party contractor that keeps the medical information for some 150,000 athletes at approximately 100 schools, including some way out in the woods. Like the feature begins with an anecdote in Westmont, which is a small liberal arts college that is quite literally far away from Michigan, and yet Matt Weiss was able to get in over there, and the ways in which he was able to do this himself are really indicative of the times. Third-party attacks here. Like, I asked a cyber security professional, just the sourcing, like, are you amazed at this happening? And he said, no, actually, because, it's like people forgot 2014. We had an entire, revenge porn and extortion campaign that's around, frankly, a term that I just don't want to use right now because I think it's both ridiculous and gross. But you can get the drift of what I'm saying here, right? And that's one of the other things that I think is what we are going to find out as the FBI continues its investigation, as they have leveled multiple accounts of felony charges against Matt Weiss, and it doesn't look good on his end given what they've told us in their public statement. Now, they arrested... They arrived at 24 counts for which you're expecting him to plead not guilty and to accessing unauthorized access to computers and aggravated identity theft. The charges, according to the prosecutors, stem from a really, really vast array. Like, again, over the course of this time. And this is one of the things I think that Michigan fans are doing is deflecting. I don't like this either, or Baltimore Ravens fans for that matter. It's, what was he doing at this place and that place? And what did he actually do when he was there? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't. It doesn't. At this point, we're not really even talking about Michigan. We're talking about people whose privacy has been violated in wild ways. One, medical information. Two, access to photos and media that should only be accessed by that person or romantic partners, right? And that's the other thing. Like the breadth of this and what he was going to do with this information, we still don't know, because usually these come around revenge porn and or extortion, right? You're trying to get some money from people because you've got access to their data. Once again, double down on your passwords, get a stronger password, two-factor authentication everywhere where you can, and invest in some, good old-fashioned, let me write down a really complicated password and throw it into a safe deposit box. Let's do better about that, because it's never been, it seems, easier for anybody to access information at a time when privacy is at an all-time, the need for privacy is at an all-time high. And this is coming from the New York's C.A. Goldberg law firm. I love this quote. It says, this is really prolific. Like Carrie Goldberg had said, I've never seen anything on this scale from one person. It's a ton of victims for someone not running an overseas hacking ring. That's what she said. I also thought it was worth pointing out that he is alleged to have spent excessive time and energy finding ways to hack into accounts of young women, apparently for his own personal use. That would, if you're a daddy, if you're a mama, if you're a parent, you're balling up your fist. You're just so angry and mad right now. And we've seen already 2 athletes at the University of Michigan file suit, and we expect to see more. And this wouldn't be this wouldn't be the first time, right? This would not, that we've seen Michigan have to go through it for something that someone on their staff had done that was criminal behavior. We can take it all the way back to, frankly, the case of Robert Anderson, who the University of Michigan had a $490 million settlement with over his alleged sexual harassment of 1,000 football players. It's really sordid stuff, and this is what happens when you have a criminal case of this magnitude come to a person of public interest in nature at your university. We start looking at everything. It's how it goes, right? The thing to not do, I think, is deflect. The thing to not do is to say, well, he ain't there no more. We fired him, so wash our hands. No. You don't get to do that. You have to take it all on. You have to admit that you didn't know, and you are cooperating, and you're cooperating, and you're cooperating. Baylor went through this and will continue to go through this as far as we know, right? Same thing is true Michigan State, right? Same thing is Penn State. We can keep going down the line here on the ways in which we need to root this out, but as much as it feels like you're being attacked because you went to school at a place, it's more like we're attacking the system and the apparatus for which this was able to happen. Okay? That you happen to be in it, and that's life is what it is, and it sucks, and I'm sorry. I am. It sucks, but this is necessary work. I'm past the whole Ohio State Michigan part of this. I even see people in the comments of other segments going, hey, didn't he use that access to go steal signs from Ohio State? I'm like, at this dog, we don't care no more. Not about that. Not about that in this. That's over there somewhere. They're still dealing with that. The NCAA's got to tell us what they're going to do, if anything. But it pales in comparison. So please stop bringing that part up when we're talking about this. This segment is public service. This segment is not about telling you who is right or wrong, except to say Matt Weiss was wrong to do what he allegedly did. And we need to do better about protecting each other. That's what this is. And there will be reparations that need to be made. That's why people are suing. That's what you came in to get, is monetary damages that have been done. You need to go get. It's not the first time that it's going to happen. It's not the last time it's going to happen, but it can't happen this way again. That's the thing. Make a different mistake. Wetzel, again, doing some really great work in this story. I wanted to get back to this part where it feels like this is twice that we've seen Michigan in the last decade kind of miss when it comes to policing itself in a very real way. That said, when they found out about what he was doing on with access to their student athletes, they did fire him. That this was happening while he was still there for however long, that's what it is, right? This is a college football show for the most part. Like, I don't really talk about the NFL in that level of depth, but I'm sure you're going to get that kind of conversation from the Baltimore Ravens, okay? For whatever YouTube channel it is that you watch that covers the Baltimore Ravens. I am going to say, once again, reinforce whatever security measures you have. This is a day in which Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, Threads, they're all susceptible to these things. Snapchat, YouTube, my goodness, man. The ways in which we are seeing some of the infrastructure go away and get peeled away makes us feel very uncomfortable. And at a time when our phones are probably the most important digital property that we have, like physical property, the idea that somebody can get to the many thousands of photos or contacts, even on my phone, gives me the willies. Right? There are things there that nobody should see and nobody should know. And, not for nothing, but your iPhotos can be a little bit nefarious, right? It'll show you some memories that you don't want to see no more. Been divorced twice. It's not fun. A lot of stuff that needs to just go over there that doesn't need to be flashing me in the face. It's also stuff that I don't want anybody to know about or see. You don't need to know that. Nobody needs to know that. And that's where we're at now. Why does Matt Weiss need to have all of this? What was he doing with all of it? Because it doesn't seem like he was trying to extort anyone, but he was really going after so many people for reasons that I still don't understand or know. And I'm not sure we're gonna, frankly, because that's not what the criminal investigation is going to try to do. It's going to try to establish that he did these things beyond reasonable doubt, and then the penalty will be the penalty. But in as far as mode and motive, only he can know that, and only he would be able to tell us. And I frankly don't expect him to, but you know what? I don't care. This got to be punished. It has to be, because that's the only way we're going to get something like a deterrent. And even then, it ain't going to stop from coming from people that ain't from here. And by ain't from here, I mean from overseas, right? people are always going to be attacking. The only way you can do is try to build an even better defense. Short of pouring cement into your PC, two-factor authentication, strong password. Let's get out of here. Let's do this. Come on, man.